Hello and welcome to the CR MOT Centre Community Stadium here at the Lamb for this League Evo 6 South fixture between Tamworth and Biggleswade Town. Going to go through your two lineups now for today, starting off with our host Tamworth. In goal, number 1, Jazz Singh, 2, Kristen Green, 3, Jordan Goff, 4, Joe Magunda, 5, and captain Joel Kettle, 6, Charlie Jempson, 7, Chris Light, 8, Aman Verma, 9, Greg Smith, 10, Cameron Johnson, and 11, Tyrell White. And on the bench for the Lambs, number 12, Fortune Mafosa, Lee Evans, number 14, Jordan Clement, 15, Tristan Dunkley, and 16, Akwasi Asante. And for the visitors, Biggleswade Town, in goal, number 1, Sam Donkin, 2, Ben Woolster, 3, Lucas Perry, 4, Kieran Forbes, 5, Tom Smith, 6, David Long King, 7, Johnny McNamara, 8, Lucas Kirkpatrick, 9, Joe White, 10, Matt Ball, and 11, Bradley Bell. On the bench of Biggleswade, number 12, Liam Brooks, 14, Jordan Gent, 15, Brett Donnelly, 16, Solomon Nwamki, and 17, Peter Clark. So Tamworth and Cameron Johnson will get us underway as you just wait for the referee's whistle. And there it is, Johnson gets us underway, lays it back to Verma, and it's straight out to the right for Kristen Green. It's up to that figure of Greg Smith. Obviously he's a big old fella, is the Tamworth number 9, and he'll be looking to cause the Biggleswade defence many a problem. Obviously he's not the most mobile, but if the ball gets up to him it will stick there and he'll hold it up, allowing other Tamworth players into the attack. Jempson with a good footing and now into Light. Goff looks to go back over the top for Johnson. Johnson should have to hold it up. He's got Light for his support. Chris Light now. Verma's got a little bit of time now. And he switches one. It's a nice ball over to Green. And Green can drive forward for Tamworth. Green keeps it in play and puts the ball into the box towards Johnson, and it's in! Tamworth have an early goal within about probably 3 minutes. Cameron Johnson sweeps it home from about 4 yards out after a great ball in from Kristen Green. So the Verma with the switch over to the right hand side for the Tamworth number 2. He whipped it in, and the number 10, Cameron Johnson, sweeps Tamworth 1-0 up. Actually, it's short into Forbes. No Tamworth player went with him, and Forbes gets inside Smith easily. Still with it, Forbes. Forbes has the shot, and it's comfortable for Singh really, and he holds it well. Nice soft hands there by the Tamworth number 1. Not allowing Biggleswade a second bite at the cherry, but he's kicked straight up looking for White. White's looking to get round him, and White does get round the number 2 Woolster, and now driving in on goal. White just overran it, so it'll be a Biggleswade goal kick. This time the Biggleswade players go around the penalty area with McNamara around the back. The ball in. I'm not too sure which Biggleswade player it was who got the shot. I think it could have been the number 8, Lucas Kirkpatrick, who had the shot from the short corner from Biggleswade, but it flew over the bar for Tamworth. So Perry launched one up in towards the Tamworth box. There's a little push on Smith there, but the ref doesn't spot it and doesn't give anything. It's the snapshot from the number 8, Lucas Kirkpatrick, is safely into the midriff of Singh. Perry bringing it forward into Ball. McNamara comes inside and still with it. Has a shot, which Singh actually has to tip over his bar. That was dipping just under Tamworth's crossbar. If it weren't for Singh's right hand clawing it over his crossbar. So Chris Light with the ball. There's no Tamworth player there. And Woolster actually didn't listen to the call of his keeper, so Tamworth quite fortunately get a corner. Light with the short corner to Verma. Verma's got a little bit of time. Puts it low. It's the touch by Magunda, and it's held at the second attempt by Donkin. And he immediately looks long. But Goff wins it, and Verma can just hook it forward. Goff's there again. Verma does well, and we'll get there at the second ball. And now looks for Johnson, who's just made his run too early. He looked onside from here, but the liner gives it offside. Now can drive forward. It's into ball. White shot. It's way over Singh's bar and comfortable for the Tamworth keeper. Forbes heads it on, and it's out onto the left for Perry. Perry will keep it in, the number 3. The ball down the line for White. Jempson's there. The shot is just wide, actually. I think Singh had a glance. I don't know if he knew it was always going wide. Obviously, he'd be happy to see it fly past his far post. So that is it. Half time at the CRMOT Centre Community Stadium at the Lamb. The half time score: Tamworth 1, Biggleswade Town 0. Thanks to that early goal by Cameron Johnson, and we'll be back for the second half. Hello and welcome back to the CRMOT Centre Community Stadium here at the Lamb for this League Evo 6 South fixture between Tamworth and Biggleswade Town. The score at half time was Tamworth 1, Biggleswade 0, following an early strike by Cameron Johnson. Biggleswade get us back underway, but immediately give Tamworth the ball. White gets there ahead of Jempson, lays it on to Bell. Bell with a shot. It's Singh gets there, and the ricochet bounces wide. Singh fumbled it. Jempson didn't deal with it, and the ricochet off McNamara just dribbles wide. Singh now clears up towards Smith, obviously, but it's won by Perry. Green touched it into Magunda, into Johnson. Clements now is just forced wide by the ball, but he puts it in low towards Johnson. He's going to dribble all the way through. All it needed was a touch. That was a great ball by number 14, Jordan Clement, across the face of goal. But no Tamworth player gambled, and it went all the way through and out for a goal kick for Biggleswade Town. Perry in. It's flicked on and it's in. Biggleswade haven't equalised that. Smith with it. And that is it, full time at the CRMOT Centre Community Stadium. It's Tamworth 1, Biggleswade Town 1. It's that late equaliser from Tom Smith, cancelling out Cameron Johnson's early goal. So the next game for Tamworth is away to Bedworth United on Tuesday. We hope to see you there.